Have you ever felt like the world slowly stopped needing you? Like one day, the phone rang less, the house grew quieter, and the roles that once defined your life quietly disappeared. No one talks about this part. They celebrate youth, they celebrate achievement, they celebrate beginning. But they rarely talk about what happens after everything you worked for is finished. After the career, after raising children, after the rushing, when you finally have time, but you're not quite sure what to do with it. And sometimes in the stillness, a strange feeling appears. Not pain exactly, not sadness, just a quiet question sitting in your chest. Where do I belong now? Growing older isn't only about grey hair or slower steps. It's about something deeper. It's about learning how to live when no one is asking anything from you. And that can feel unsettling, because for your whole life you were strong for others. You carried responsibilities, you solved problems, you showed up. But who taught you how to show up for yourself? Who taught you how to care for your own heart, your own body, your own peace? Buddhist wisdom says something beautiful here. It says, your later years are not a time of decline. They are a time of refinement, like tea steeping slowly, like fruit ripening in the sun, like a lake becoming still enough to reflect the sky. This chapter of life invites you inward, to move gently, to live intentionally, to care for your body, your mind, and your heart with compassion. Today we will explore 6 simple daily habits, small practices rooted in mindfulness, gratitude, and inner peace that can help you feel lighter, calmer, and deeply at home within yourself. Listen slowly. Let each word settle. This is not advice. It is a quiet conversation between your soul and your wisdom. Let us begin. Habit 1. Begin each morning in stillness before the world touches you, before the phone rings, before the news begins, before responsibilities find you. There is a small window each morning that belongs only to you. Most people rush past it without noticing. But in Buddhism, the first moments of the day are sacred, because the way you begin your morning gently shapes the way you experience the rest of your life. When you were younger, mornings may have meant alarms, schedules, and urgency. You had places to be, people depending on you, tasks waiting to be completed. But now, life is offering you something different: space. And space is a gift. Yet many people unknowingly fill this space with worry, checking the news, replaying yesterday's problems, thinking about what might go wrong today. Without realizing it, the mind begins running before the body has even stood up. And this quiet anxiety follows you all day. Instead, try something softer. When you wake up, do not move right away. Stay still. Feel the warmth of the blankets. Notice your breath rising and falling. Listen to the faint sounds of morning. For just 5 minutes, do nothing. Not planning, not remembering, not solving, just breathing. In Buddhism, this is called coming home to the breath, because your breath is always here. It does not live in the past. It does not worry about the future. It exists only now. And when you follow your breath, your mind naturally returns to the present. You may notice thoughts appearing, memories, concerns, little mental lists. Let them pass like clouds. You don't need to fight them. Simply return to your breathing, in and out, slowly, gently. Then, before you stand up, place one hand on your heart and silently say, I have been given another day. May I live it gently. This small sentence changes everything. Suddenly, the day is not a burden, it is a gift. After that, move slowly. Stretch your body with kindness. Drink warm water or tea mindfully. Feel the cup in your hands. Notice the steam rising. These simple actions may seem ordinary, but when done with awareness, they become profound. You are teaching your nervous system that there is no rush, that you are safe, that life can be lived at a human pace. As we age, the body naturally slows down. Instead of fighting this, align with it. Let your mornings match your natural rhythm. Stillness is not laziness, it is restoration. It is how you refill your inner well. And when you begin your day grounded and calm, you carry that calmness into every conversation, every movement, every moment. The world may still be noisy, but inside you there will be a quiet lake, and from that lake peace flows outward, all from 5 gentle minutes before the world touches you. Habit 2. Care for your body as you would care for a dear friend. For most of your life, your body worked without complaint. It carried groceries, lifted children, walked long distances, stayed awake when you needed it to. It served you faithfully, and perhaps you rarely thanked it. Many of us were taught to treat the body like a tool, push it, ignore it, use it until it is tired. But in your golden years, something changes. The body begins to speak more clearly. A little stiffness here, a little ache there, a need for more rest. And instead of listening with compassion, many people grow frustrated. They say, "My body is failing me." But Buddhism invites a gentler perspective. Your body is not failing. It is communicating. It is asking for care, for patience, for tenderness. Imagine your body as an old, dear friend who has walked beside you your entire life. Would you scold that friend for moving slower? Would you criticize them for needing to rest? Or would you offer them your arm and walk together, slowly? This is how you must treat yourself. Self-care in later years is not indulgence, it is respect. Start with small daily rituals. Stretch when you wake, not aggressively, not to force flexibility, but simply to say good morning to your muscles. Roll your shoulders, rotate your neck, move your joints gently like oiling a door hinge. These small movements keep energy flowing. Then walk, even 10 minutes, especially outdoors. Feel the air on your skin. Notice the trees, the sky, the birds. Walking meditation is one of the oldest Buddhist practices. With each step, you silently say, "Here, now." Walking not to arrive somewhere, but simply to feel alive. Feed your body with kindness too. Simple foods, warm soups, fresh vegetables, plenty of water. Not heavy meals that exhaust you, but meals that nourish and energize. Eat slowly. Taste each bite. When you eat mindfully, digestion improves, and the mind becomes calm. And most importantly, rest without guilt. Rest is not weakness. Rest is repair. In Buddhism, there is wisdom in knowing when to stop. Your worth is not measured by how much you accomplish. It is measured by how gently you live. Some afternoons, your body may ask for a nap. Listen. Some days, it may ask for less. Listen. The body whispers before it screams. If you learn to hear the whispers, you avoid the suffering. Place lotion on your hands slowly. Massage your feet. Take warm baths. These are not luxuries. They are acts of friendship with yourself. Over time, something beautiful happens. You stop fighting aging. You begin cooperating with it. Instead of saying, "I can't do what I used to," you begin saying, "My body is teaching me a slower, wiser way." And that way is filled with peace. Because when you treat your body with compassion, your mind naturally softens too. You feel less like you are battling life, and more like you are walking beside it, hand in hand. Habit 3. Simplify your world and lighten what you carry. There is a quiet truth that often reveals itself with age. You don't actually need very much to feel at peace. Not more things, not more noise, not more obligations. Just less. Less clutter, less rushing, less weight on your heart. When you were younger, life naturally accumulated. Possessions, responsibilities, roles, expectations. A larger house, more belongings, more commitments, more shoulds. Without realizing it, you may have spent decades collecting not only objects, but invisible burdens, old paperwork, unused clothes, broken items kept just in case, promises you made years ago, relationships you maintain out of guilt, habits that no longer serve you, all of it quietly whispering in the background of your mind, all of it taking energy. In Buddhism, simplicity is not about deprivation, it is about freedom, because everything you own owns a small piece of your attention. Every object asks to be cleaned, organized, remembered, maintained. And when your environment is crowded, your mind feels crowded too. But when your surroundings are light, your spirit becomes light. Look around your home. Notice how you feel. Does the space breathe, or does it feel heavy? Clutter is not just physical, it is emotional. Each old item can carry a memory, a regret, or a version of yourself you no longer are. By holding on to everything, you are unconsciously holding on to the past, and the past can be very heavy. Try this gently. Choose one small area, a drawer, a shelf, a corner of a room, nothing overwhelming. Move slowly. Pick up each item and ask, does this still serve my life today? Not yesterday, not 20 years ago, today. If it no longer brings usefulness or joy, thank it and let it go. Donate it, gift it, release it. You are not losing something, you are making space, and space is sacred. With each thing you release, you may notice something unexpected, a small breath of relief, a feeling of lightness, as if your heart just exhaled. Because letting go is not just about objects, it teaches the mind how to let go of everything else too. Old grudges, old identities, old expectations of who you should be. You are allowed to change. You are allowed to outgrow your own past. Simplicity also applies to your schedule. Many people in their later years still carry obligations they no longer enjoy. Events out of habit, conversations out of duty, responsibilities they feel they cannot refuse. But your time is precious now. It is not meant to be scattered. It is meant to be savored. Ask yourself gently, what truly matters today? Maybe it's just a walk, a phone call with someone you love, a quiet afternoon reading. That is enough. You don't need full days. You need full moments. Buddhist monks often live with only a few possessions, not because they cannot have more, but because they understand something profound. When you own less, you worry less. When you worry less, you suffer less. And when you suffer less, peace naturally appears. As you simplify your world, you may notice you move slower, breathe deeper, think clearer. Life begins to feel spacious again, like an open sky instead of a crowded room. At this stage of life, you are not meant to accumulate. You are meant to refine, to keep only what truly nourishes your heart. Everything else can gently fall away, like leaves in autumn, not a loss, just nature making space for stillness. Habit 4. Nourish your mind with gentle thoughts and mindful presence. As the body ages, something else becomes even more important than physical strength: the quality of your mind. Because your mind is the home you live in every single day. You can have a comfortable house, a warm bed, and loving people around you. But if your thoughts are restless or heavy, life will still feel difficult. Many people believe suffering comes from outside circumstances. But Buddhism teaches something different. Suffering often begins inside the mind, from replaying the past, from worrying about the future, from judging yourself harshly, from comparing your life to others. Especially in later years, the mind can easily drift backward, remembering mistakes, regretting choices, thinking, "I should have done more." Or it drifts forward. What if I get sick? What if I become a burden? What if I lose everything? Without noticing, the mind becomes a storyteller, and not always a kind one. But here is something gentle to remember. You are not your thoughts. You are the awareness observing them. Thoughts come and go like birds crossing the sky. They do not stay. Only the sky remains. You are the sky. This understanding is deeply freeing, because it means you don't have to believe every thought that appears. When a harsh thought arises, you can simply notice it and say, "Ah, a worried thought." Not, "This is truth." Just, "This is a thought." And suddenly, it loses its power. One of the simplest ways to care for your mind is through daily mindfulness, not complicated meditation, not long sessions, just small moments of presence scattered throughout the day. When you wash dishes, feel the warm water. When you drink tea, taste it fully. When you sit, simply sit. Let yourself do one thing at a time. The modern world teaches multitasking, but multitasking divides the mind, and a divided mind feels tired. Presence gathers your energy back together. It feels like coming home. You may also notice how you speak to yourself. Many seniors carry invisible self-criticism. "I'm too slow. I forget things. I'm not useful anymore." But would you speak this way to a dear friend? Of course not. So why speak this way to yourself? In Buddhism, compassion must begin inward. Each time you catch yourself being harsh, gently soften. Replace criticism with kindness. Instead of, "I'm getting old," try, "My body is asking for gentleness." Instead of, "I can't do what I used to," try, "I am learning a slower, wiser pace." Language shapes experience. Gentle words create a gentle life. You can also nourish your mind by choosing what you consume. News that causes fear, conversations filled with gossip, television that agitates the heart. All of this disturbs inner peace. Protect your mind like you would protect a garden. Plant only what you want to grow. Perhaps read something inspiring. Listen to calming music. Sit in silence. Watch the clouds. Simple things, but deeply restorative. Over time, you'll notice something beautiful. The mind becomes quieter. like a lake with fewer ripples. And when the water is still, it reflects the sky perfectly. This is clarity. This is peace. Not because life became perfect, but because your mind became gentle, and a gentle mind turns ordinary days into something sacred. Habit 5. Practice gratitude daily and rediscover the joy hidden in ordinary moments. There is a quiet shift that happens as you grow older. The big milestones slowly fall away. Fewer deadlines, fewer grand ambitions, fewer dramatic changes. And if you are not careful, life can begin to feel smaller, quieter, almost invisible. You may look around and think, nothing special happened today. But Buddhism teaches something very gentle, very profound. A peaceful life is not built from special days. It is built from ordinary days, noticed fully. When you were young, happiness may have meant excitement, celebrations, achievements, travel, success, big moments. But excitement is like a sparkler, bright, brief, gone quickly. In your golden years, you are being invited into a different kind of happiness, a softer happiness, a steady warmth, the kind that does not depend on anything extraordinary happening. This is the happiness of gratitude. Gratitude is not pretending everything is perfect. It is simply recognizing that something, even something small, is still good. And when you train your mind to notice these small goodnesses, life begins to feel rich again. Not because you have more, but because you finally see what was always there. Think about this morning. Perhaps the sunlight slipped through your curtains. Perhaps you had a warm cup of tea. Perhaps someone smiled at you. Perhaps your body allowed you to walk, to breathe, to sit comfortably. These things seem ordinary, but they are not guaranteed. They are gifts. The problem is not that life stops giving gifts. The problem is that we stop seeing them. The mind becomes focused on what is missing. My knees hurt. I don't have the energy I used to. My family is busy. I didn't accomplish enough. And slowly, the heart feels heavy. But gratitude gently turns your face in the opposite direction, toward what is still here, toward what is still working, toward what is still beautiful. Each day, try this simple practice. In the morning or before sleep, pause for a few quiet moments and ask yourself, what were 3 small things today that brought me comfort or peace? Not big things, not dramatic things, small. Maybe the taste of warm soup, a bird singing outside, a phone call with someone familiar, the feeling of clean sheets, a memory that made you smile. Let these moments replay slowly in your mind. Feel them again. This trains your brain to search for goodness. And what you search for, you begin to find everywhere. Gratitude also heals something deeper. It softens comparison. Many people in later years look back and measure their lives. They think, I should have done more. I should have earned more. I should have become more. But Buddhism gently reminds us, your life was never meant to be measured. It was meant to be experienced. You are not a resume. You are a living, breathing human being. Your worth is not based on productivity. It is based on presence. And when you practice gratitude, you stop chasing some imaginary, better life. You begin to realize this life as it is already enough. Gratitude also changes how you move through the world. You walk slower. You notice details, the texture of leaves, the warmth of sunlight on your hands, the sound of your own breathing. These simple experiences become quietly miraculous, and suddenly an ordinary afternoon feels full, not empty. This is what the Buddhists call contentment, not the loud happiness of excitement, but the deep satisfaction of nothing is missing. Contentment says, "This moment is sufficient. There is nothing to add, nothing to prove, nothing to chase. Just this breath, just this heartbeat, just this gentle passing day." As you age, time becomes more precious, and gratitude ensures that no day is wasted, because even the simplest day becomes meaningful when you truly see it. In the end, a grateful heart does not ask for a different life. It bows softly to the life already given, and in that quiet bow, peace naturally grows. Habit 6. Offer compassion daily, because your presence is now your greatest gift. At some point in life, something quietly changes. You stop trying to become someone, and you simply begin to be someone. The striving softens, the proving fades, the need to impress slowly disappears. And yet, a small question may still linger in your heart. What is my purpose now? When you were younger, purpose seemed clear. Work, family, providing, building. Your days were filled with tasks that made you feel necessary. But now, life moves more slowly, and sometimes you may wonder if you matter as much as you once did. Buddhism offers a beautiful, comforting truth. Your value has never depended on what you produce. Your value comes from how you love. In your golden years, your purpose is not doing more. It is becoming gentler, because gentleness heals the world in ways achievement never could. Think about the people who have touched your life most deeply. Were they the busiest, the most successful, or were they the ones who truly listened, who spoke kindly, who made you feel safe just by sitting beside you? Chances are it was their presence you remember, not their accomplishments. This is compassion, and compassion is a daily practice. Not something grand, not something dramatic, just small moments of tenderness scattered throughout your day. A soft tone when you speak, patience when someone repeats themselves, a warm smile for a stranger, a quiet thank you, a willingness to truly listen without interrupting. These gestures seem small, but they ripple outward in ways you will never fully see. In Buddhism, compassion is called karuna, the sincere wish for others to be free from suffering. Not fixing their lives, not solving their problems, simply wishing them well, holding them gently in your heart. And here is something many people forget. Compassion must begin with yourself. After decades of living, it is easy to carry regret. Old mistakes, old guilt, old "I should have known better." You may replay moments and judge yourself harshly, but imagine speaking to your younger self, that person who was doing their best with the knowledge they had. Would you scold them, or would you embrace them? You deserve that same kindness. Each day, practice forgiving yourself, not because you were perfect, but because you were human. You learned, you grew, you survived. That is enough. When you stop fighting yourself, your heart softens toward everyone else too. You become more patient, more understanding, less reactive, and something beautiful happens. People begin to feel calm around you, safe around you, drawn to you, not because you are trying to teach anything, but because your peace becomes contagious. This is the quiet power of aging with awareness. You become like a tree, not rushing, not competing, simply standing steady, offering shade to anyone who needs rest. Sometimes compassion means reaching out, calling a friend who might be lonely, sharing a meal, volunteering a little of your time, passing on wisdom to someone younger. Your experiences, your struggles, your lessons, your stories are medicine for others. You have walked roads they have not yet traveled. Your voice carries reassurance. Even a simple sentence like, "It will be okay, I've been there too," can ease someone's fear. Never underestimate how valuable your presence is. You don't need to change the world. You only need to soften the small corner of it that you touch each day. A kind word, a patient breath, a forgiving heart. This is legacy, not monuments, not titles, not wealth, but the memory someone carries of how you made them feel. Long after the conversation ends, long after the day passes, compassion is how your life continues to echo. And perhaps this is the most peaceful purpose of all, to leave every place, every person, just a little lighter than you found them, simply by being you, present, gentle, open-hearted. That is more than enough. As you move through your days, remember this gently. Caring for yourself is not selfish, it is sacred. Each quiet morning, each mindful step, each kind thought, each small moment of gratitude and compassion, these are not little things, they are the way you come home to yourself. Your golden years are not a fading light. They are a softer, warmer glow. A time to live slowly, to breathe deeply, to be at peace. If this reflection brought you comfort, consider subscribing to Mindfulness for more gentle teachings and calming wisdom. Until next time, be present, be kind, and walk your path softly.